All right, Liz Claman at Times Square. Again, you and I were chatting before. Very different Times Square than 4 years ago when this was an historic development. But still, it's a big development. Barack Obama gets another 4-year lease on the White House. How's it going down there?
Well, let me tell you something. You're looking at a crowd behind me, and when Jerry Willis just a few minutes ago said to you, Neil, it's like crickets here at the Romney headquarters, I would have to say right around that time it was like crickets here too, Neil. It was very, very quiet. But then a couple of more electoral votes showed up on all of the screens. If you pan over here, you can see, look, ABC News has the NASDAQ wall at the moment. And if you flip right over here behind, you've got Fox News. And suddenly people started to realize what was happening. And then the cheers came up. But again, it is not exactly the most wild crowd. You know, we report it as we see it. You can see most of the people are being held in that area. NYPD has a presence. It's nothing too overwhelming at the moment. And it just seems there's sporadic applause here. Obviously, there are a lot of Barack Obama supporters here in Times Square, a couple of signs. Lots of cheers every time more electoral votes come in. But, I wouldn't call it a U2 concert meets the Rangers winning, the hockey, the National Hockey League Championship, Stanley Cup, or anything like that. Back to you.
Liz, I mean, looking at the futures, my reaction, earlier today we had this big run-up in the market. There was this whisper, oh, it's a Romney rally. Right. You could read what you will into that. It could also be better than expected earnings news at a host of companies. But obviously a lot of that dissipated in the futures market action. A lot of the Asian markets mixed it down. Are folks telling you when you're inside the NASDAQ that it could be a very different Wall Street?
No, I think that people are very well aware of the fact that there is, in essence, the same exact problem that faces this nation as there was yesterday. No matter who would be the president tomorrow, the fact is that the same issues are still there. Here comes a monster truck, so excuse us for a minute. The problems are still here very much. So when you are sitting there discussing, very rightly so, that the president realizes if he didn't get the popular vote to really work hard to come together, maybe we won't fall off this fiscal cliff. That would be the thing that business leaders want to see. They want to see some action. They want to see some clarity on the tax code. My goodness, they can't run their businesses unless they know what they're going to have to pay in taxes. They want to know exactly what the landscape can look like, or at least a better sense of it, Neil. And therefore, maybe that's the reason behind this rather subdued crowd here. They understand that the unemployment rate is still too high. They understand that we haven't seen the job creation at the levels. Same job creation, definitely month after month, but not at the levels that we need to see it at. And so the problems when everybody wakes up tomorrow are still very much the same. And I think that's really at the heart of all of what perhaps people are thinking about right now.
All right. Actually, the crowd behind you is the 1% crowd, and they're off to Ellis Island as we speak. But kidding, just kidding. All right, Liz, thank you very, very much. Rich.